If having sex on a plane is called the Mile High Club, what is it called when you have sex on a train? Sex on a plane always really confused me. Like, that is the least sexy place. Everyone is crammed in there and miserable, and the bathrooms are tiny and smell disgusting. I think it's a myth to sell people on rides in private jets where such a thing is actually feasible. Someone needs to just make a company targeting this act. Private jet rides where you just pay by the hour to go up there, and I don't have an answer for this that hasn't already been stated. Just came to say, when I first started reading the question I thought you were going to go totally opposite and ask what it would be called having sex in a sub, so underwater instead of in the air. And now I'm wondering what that would be, and would it still be considered too soon to ask? Depends on the kind of train. Having sex on a steam coal train is very different from having sex on one of those maglev trains. They haven't made up the words for it yet, because unlike a private jet, it's difficult to take with you your favorite attendant who also happens to be hot, where you have a side thing with. Slightly related, I am a locomotive engineer, and we are called hogs, as the engines used to be called hogs, and so engineers started being called that as well. Anyways, having sex with an engineer is called riding the hog. Better question, what is it called if you just masturbate on a plane? Cause my lawyer called it a momentary lapse in judgment and got me off with just a fine, but made me wonder if there was a proper name for it. Depends where. In Germany it's the Never Come Club. In Switzerland it's the On Point Club. In Japan it's the Squishy Club. In India it's the Fondling Club. In the US it's the Bumfuck Club. That's a nonsense question. It's called the Mile High Club because you're doing it a mile high. In comparison, sex on a train is on ground level. So I think I would just call it sex. The Mile Ground Railed Club cause the train is on the ground and you're literally fucking someone and the other person is getting railed. Not sure if they allow sex on the train. If you have sex in the train toilet whilst smelling that old urine smell and knowing everyone's used it to pee, defecate and other gross things, and you need some. In the US it would be called pathetic. Not because of the speed, but because someone actually taking a train would be considered pathetic by the majority of the US population. Depends on the train. On a boxcar, it's called the Hobo Orgy Club. More popular than you think. On a commuter train, it's called the Involuntary Witness Club. Well, running a train is when many men have sex with a woman. One after the other. Do with that information what you will, and tell Sharon that I said hello. I've always wondered, you typically fly at 30,000 feet, which is more like 5.6818 miles. Just round up and call it the 5.69 Mile High Club. More accurate, at the Grand Canyon, it's a Mile Wide Club. If you got with my first girlfriend, you were also entitled by this same accolade. Why is this an ass credit? Is this a humorless people comedy club? Like, literally, why is this shit allowed on this sub? I'm curious. Do you actually know why it's called the Mile High Club, or do you just think it's because it's a plane? I'm a retired railroad engineer and CSX fucked me for over 30 years, and I still don't know what I called it. LOL. The 3-inch club, according to my ex-girlfriend. To be fair, there was shrinkage, caused by my small dick. I've done both once each, same partner within 6-month period in my early 20s and first year of marriage. In the US Amtrak membership. Look up a bedroom on an Amtrak train, you got plenty of space to enjoy. Risky business? From the movie of the same name, Tom Cruise and Rebecca De Mornay had sex on a train. On the Trans-Siberian it's the 3,456 kilometers club. X200B. Boston it's the MBTA Breakdown Club. There's love without sex and there's sex without love. Then there's you, without either. I know what it's called when you have sex on the Billionaire Submarine. Getting fucked. Is this in a private room or something? Because otherwise it's probably sex offender. Train to Poontang really on works when at least one woman is involved, though. People who won't get out of the fucking bathroom when I really have to pee. If it's a bullet train, the Bullet Club points if you get the reference. Somewhere around sea level, sometimes higher than, sometimes less club. I've had it with this motherfucking sex on this motherfucking train. North by Northwest, if you are having sex with yourself, it would be the Pullman Club. This thread is much more entertaining than I had expected. You know, I've actually thought about this. I don't know. Railway railing? I'd come autistic, you put me on the spot. People who have sex on a train must have a locomotive. What about sex in the Mammoth Caves? Underground pound. In Canada we call it put in the moose in her caboose. The real question is, what do we call sex on a boat? I don't know what it's called, but it's a lot of fun. It's called running a train. You should look it up. Mile Long Club is the first thing that came to mind. With a bunch of people it's called running a train. Chugga chugga woohoo. If you're Sim, especially Tukanchu. What is sex on a bus replacement service known as?